From being shrugged off as one of Elon Musk's failed projects to becoming a world leader when it comes to the space industry, this is how SpaceX is showing everyone how it's done. Nobody had really done reusable rockets quite like this before. One of the key disruptions that SpaceX has brought to the space industry is the development of reusable rockets. Traditional rockets are only used once and then discarded after launch, which makes spaceflight very expensive. SpaceX's approach to developing reusable rockets has significantly lowered the cost of spaceflight. Automatically, it opens up new opportunities for space exploration. Reusable rockets have been a goal of space agencies and private companies for decades, but it was SpaceX that was the first to develop and operate them on a commercial scale successfully. The company's Falcon 9 project is at the forefront of making this happen. The Falcon 9 rockets are designed to be reusable, with the first stage of the rocket returning to Earth after launch. This part then goes on to land upright on a drone ship or on land. The company has also developed the Falcon Heavy rocket, a rocket that's currently the most powerful rocket in operation, and it too is designed to be reusable. By reusing rockets, SpaceX is able to save money on manufacturing and launch costs. It also reduces the time and effort required to prepare for a launch, since the rocket only needs to be refueled and inspected rather than completely rebuilt. In addition, reusable rockets also increase safety, since they undergo more inspections and reduce the likelihood of failure during flight. So, speaking of affordability, how has SpaceX achieved that? Lowering the cost of spaceflight has been one of the key goals of SpaceX. It's no wonder that the Falcon 9 and subsequent projects are all designed in line with this. Traditionally, space missions have been expensive endeavors, requiring significant investment from government agencies and private companies. However, SpaceX has been able to significantly lower the cost of spaceflight through various approaches. One approach that SpaceX has used to lower the cost of spaceflight is by developing innovative manufacturing techniques and materials. For example, the company has developed its own high-performance Merlin rocket engines. These are made using 3D printing technology, reducing the time and cost of production. Others are not even close when it comes to the tech and innovation that SpaceX brings with it. The company's also developed the Super Draco engine, which is used in its Crew Dragon spacecraft. Again, it's designed to be reusable, further reducing the cost of space missions. But that's not it. The company's also shown that by showing efficiency in operations can also bring costs down by a significant margin. It does so by streamlining its operations. In addition to all that, automated processes for rocket assembly and launch also reduce the need for manual labor and increase efficiency. But the greatest part about all of this is the competition that the company brings with it. By offering launch services at a significantly lower cost, SpaceX has disrupted the market and forced competitors to adjust their business models. This obviously leads to increased efficiency and innovation throughout the industry, benefiting both government agencies and private companies. No wonder all of this is added to building the company as a global brand. It's not the first time that Elon has been able to pull something off like this. From an early age, Musk displayed an interest in technology and taught himself programming using a Commodore VIC-20 computer.
First, you're going to have to live in transparent domes, but eventually...
Yes, we're going to be huffing each other's stank.
He later co-founded Zip2, a city guide service that helped connect users with advertisers, which was acquired for $307 million in 1997. He also went on to create PayPal, Tesla, and SpaceX, investing $100 million of his PayPal proceeds into the latter. The surprising part about it is that the $100 million payout from PayPal was actually all he got, and he invested all of it into the next two companies. It shows the sheer passion and will that the man has for the things he's optimistic about to succeed. As CEO and chief engineer of SpaceX, Musk set out to create a company that could eventually send an astronaut to Mars.
The amount of energy that hits the sun, that reaches us from the sun, is tremendous.
To achieve this ambitious goal, he invested funds and assembled a team of experts, including astrophysicists, to develop the necessary technology. The company has since secured high-profile contracts with NASA and the US Air Force to design and create launch rockets, and Musk's overly public figure only helps get things done. Known for his self-publicity and creative marketing tactics, he literally once sent a literal Tesla Roadster into space through a Falcon Heavy test flight. This stunt generated wide widespread media coverage and brought attention to both SpaceX and Tesla. His ways may be different from traditional brand building and marketing tactics, but it gets the job done way better than anything else, and many a time at no cost to his companies. But the money that they save only gets invested in R&D. It only makes sense that innovation is a constant pursuit at SpaceX. The company's engineers are constantly exploring new concepts and designs, undergoing rigorous testing and evaluation to ensure that only the most promising products are developed and brought to market. A perfect example of this is the reusable rockets that the company built. It wasn't before tons of those landings failed and rockets crashed that one finally did land. And no one can forget how the world mocked Musk for all the rockets that crashed. The only thing that never changed was his belief in his investment. The product development process at SpaceX is highly iterative, with prototypes being tested and refined multiple times before a final product is released. This approach allows for rapid testing and flexibility to respond to customer feedback or changes in the market. It also enables SpaceX to learn from its mistakes and quickly improve upon its designs. These ideas are evaluated for feasibility and potential impact by a team of engineers and product managers. Once an idea is selected, a prototype is created and subjected to rigorous testing. If the prototype passes, it is mass-produced and made available to customers. Safe to say, it all has paid off in the end. And I'm not even talking about it coming head-to-head with NASA, but all that it's achieved over the years. As far back as 2012, SpaceX made history by becoming the first private company to launch a cargo ship and safely deliver it to the International Space Station. But the next achievement came only a few years later. In 2015, SpaceX accomplished another significant milestone when it landed upright after deploying communication satellites into space using its Falcon 9 rocket. Clearly, the company's greatest achievement as of yet. But then in 2017, SpaceX made headlines once again when it was reported that the company had spent only $443 million to develop the Falcon 9 rocket. This amount was significantly less than 1/10 of what it would have cost using NASA's traditional development methods.
It's something that we really want to emphasize, because I think there might be some confusion out there, is that this is the Starlink.
That same year, SpaceX also secured a 45% share of the global market for commercial launch contracts, solidifying its position as a leader in the industry. By next year, SpaceX had over 100 launches scheduled, with a total contract revenue of approximately $12 billion. But next came the launch of crewed missions, and safe to say, those were successful too. In May 2021, SpaceX accomplished another incredible feat by launching and landing its futuristic Starship after 4 previous failed test flights. But this achievement is actually setting the stage for SpaceX's next goal of landing astronauts on the moon by 2025. It's all really exciting over there. So there you have it, a bit on how Elon Musk's company disrupted the space industry.